The Cold War affected airplanes how each side was looking at who was better, meaning faster planes, better weapons, and countermeasures, etc. So each side kept on going at each other. They built new planes with upgrades, and this caused the evolution of aircrafts. Jet aircrafts became dominant with the 1950s through the 1960s on fast-flying strategic bombers to deliver nuclear weapons and fast interceptors to stop them. They invented missiles that were guided by infrared and rated Garden missiles. In this example, these are rated Garden missiles. Rated Garden missiles were guided by radar, obviously, and were used for long-distance purposes. And these jets got a lucky break. In this one, these are infrared missiles, guided by heat signatures on the jets. Sadly, this one didn't make it. From this, they had to create countermeasures, such as chaffs and flares. Chaffs were used against radar, and flares were used against infrared missiles. The Me-262, the first jet fighter made by Germany, made for World War II. During the time, it was much faster and better armed than other fighters. It had many purposes, such as the light bomber, reconnaissance, and night fighter. The Me-262 influenced designs of some aircraft like the A-86 and the P-47. The MiG-9, the first turbojet fighter manufactured by the Russians. It was moderately successful, but had problems with the engine's flame out, caused by when it was firing its guns at a high altitude. Lots of solutions were tested, but none have solved the problems. They tried different engines, but did not do the same performance when the MiG-15 came out. P-80 was the first American jet fighter that was used in combat compared to the P-57, designed to be in combat in Korea with the USAF, and it was America's first successful turbojet-powered combat aircraft. Sadly, during the Korean War, the MiG-15 outclassed the P-80, and the P-80 was quickly replaced by the F-86 Sabre. The Gloster Meteor, the first British jet fighter. Although it was not aerodynamic, it proved to be successful and to be efficient in combat. The Meteor was heavily reliant on its groundbreaking turbojet engines. E-45 was the first American jet bomber that was operational, and it was the first jet bomber in NATO alliance. Also, the first multi-engine to be refueled in mid-air. The B-45 was an important part for the U.S. nuclear deterrent in the early 50s. Sadly, this plane was succeeded by the B-47. All MiGs were made cheap and easy. The MiG-15 was an interceptor. It was light and did not have a big fuel compartment, making it fast, climb faster, and a height advantage over most U.S. fighters. Downside to this was the range, making it have a limited flight time. From this, the U.S. made the F-86 Sabre A. Sabre was a full-on fighter and made only against fighters. With a great thrust engine, making it fast, and a good fuel compartment, making it to travel long distances. But with all the weight, it could not climb fast and was not able to be as high as a MiG. Thank you, and I hope you learned something from this video about aircrafts during the Cold War.